Ba-da-dee-da-da-doom. Ba-dee-dum-bum-bum-ba-doom. Oh, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Pardon me. Or if you're new to the channel, hey there and welcome to you. My name is JGarda1 and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I am very pleased to be able to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience, here on the YouTube channel. We are diving back into the world of Galabor, my friends, where we have a lot of work to do. Hey there, Leo. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. We also have a bit of work to undo today, because look at this rubbish. Look at this rubbish. Look at the rubbish that I started to dig before realizing I didn't even need to dig it, and that if I had dug it, it wouldn't even have worked. And no worries, Shot Eclipse. Good to see you. Thank you for providing the rules. I appreciate that, my man. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, the rubbish that is this attempt at preparing for a wool farm. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, Shot Eclipse. You may have to refresh your internet connection or something. I don't know. Oh, I've used the word before, but yeah, no. I realized after having dug this out that I didn't need this. That if I tried to use this as the layout for my wool farm, it was not going to work. Because, well, I couldn't remember how to actually do the wool farm design that I need to be able to do. I knew that I needed grass, so I did do some AFK time after last session getting grass to grow in here, which all that basically is sitting here doing diddly squat. I seriously was just sitting in here doing absolutely nothing, just AFK, doing diddly squat, wondering where had I thought that setting up the wool farm like this would do me any good. It wouldn't have, and it would have been absolute garbage. Yep, that's part of why you saw me online earlier, my man. I've been doing some AFK time here and there throughout the day, trying to get some stuff to operate off the camera that needed to be operated. Mostly just letting grass grow on this world and getting crops to grow on another one. As well as getting villagers to grow up on yet another. Thanks, Ryan. But I realized after having dug this out the way that I had, that I didn't need it to be that shape. I needed just the bottom row. And if I tried to put a row on top, I was going to overcomplicate the system, and it was going to be even more of a pain in the neck. So what I'm doing instead is prepping up a space for a second set of ground level wool farming cells, which basically means that we're going to have sheep sitting here, here, and etc. And we're going to mirror that over on this wall, same setup, red mangrove logs, mangrove wood, taking up the wall space over here and over there to represent a barn. And we're going to have the, we're going to have the sheep sitting on grass that they can munch whenever they've been sheared. Alrighty, Ryan. Hey, you stay safe, my dude. Stay safe above all else, okay? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. The sheep will munch on the grass. The grass has to be able to grow from more grass into the chambers where they are. And once it does, they'll chew it. And they'll get sheared all over again. This is how an automatic wool farm works. A passive, automatically working wool farm that will provide us with all the wool we will ever need. In all 16 colors, if we get it to work right. But as I was finishing up last session, I realized that there is a fatal flaw in my plan. I need iron. I don't need it for dispensers. I don't need it for observers, I don't think. But I do need it for hoppers. Or rather, for a hopper minecart. Now, I may have enough iron for it. I may actually have enough iron for it, in which case we will try to get that system set up before we work on what's got my focus. But ultimately, we are going to end up needing an iron farm at some point, so I'm going to need to find a village that I'm willing to do away with, and lock up all the villagers in it so that I can corral them and then move them into a new structure once we build it. An iron farm tower. Excuse me. Oh, well, that's, semi-good, I guess? Good that any drought has been undone, but not so great that you guys over there are having to deal with so much rain and bad weather. I really wish you weren't having to deal with that. Bad weather like that is just absolute garbage to have to deal with. It's rubbish. That's something you would definitely call rubbish. Absolute rubbish. You like the way I rolled my R there? I don't know why I did, I just did it. Alright, let's open up the rest of these spots here. See, these 2-block deep spots here are where the redstone circuitry is going to go for the shearing mechanism. But then underneath that is going to be a rail line that will provide that'll provide a hopper minecart access to underneath the sheep, where the sheep will be munching on the grass that's here. When they eat the grass, an observer will detect it and activate a dispenser to shear the sheep. The sheep will be sheared, the grass will grow back into place, they'll munch again, and then boom, the cycle rinses and repeats. The minecart hopper, or the hopper cart, will go back and forth underneath all the sheep, picking up all the wool that it can, and bringing it back here to a station where I can have it emptied out and access it and take it away to be stored. But I'm sure people are wondering, well, if that's how you're going to do the farming for wool, what's the point of this room if it's just a wool farm? It is not just a wool farm. The other animals that I'm going to farm, I'm going to split into two sections, two halves, down one of the middles of this room. Funny, Ryan. Pardon me for the coughing. I don't know what started this. Hopefully that water helps clear whatever's in the way there. But yeah, that is my plan for this system. And that is my plan for the sheep farming situation. As well as the other animals. At this point, my plan is just to farm pigs and cows. I'm not going to worry about chickens right now because I get a headache having to listen to all their stinking clucking. I really do. I get a headache having to listen to their clucking. That cluck, cluck, it just makes me want to take out a bow and arrow or a crossbow, draw it back real fast, and snipe, 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 snipe. Pardon me. You know what I mean? You ever have a chicken farm around and you get that feeling where you're just tired of hearing the chickens and you just want something to go boom, 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 blow them up. Pardon me. Unfortunately, that's me. All the time with chickens anymore. Annoying little stinkers. Anymore, for me, the only good chicken in Minecraft is a cooked chicken. So yeah, the plan is to set it up so that we've got the space for the redstone and the minecart rail and all that, and then I want to start preparing for an iron farm. I want to make an iron farm somewhere along the way here. I must have an iron farm in this in this world. Excuse me. You forgot the oink oink of pigs. Considering that I am also farming pigs. So yeah, the only animals that I presently intend to farm are cows and pigs, because they have the best meat, and the sheep are just going to be farmed for their wool. Nothing else. I'm not worried about stockpiling mutton at this point. Should I be? I doubt it. I honestly don't think there's any reason for me to worry about farming mutton, since my wolves will eat whatever kind of meat I give them, including rotten flesh. So for breeding up my wolves, I've got rotten flesh to take care of that task. Excuse me. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, Ryan. I truly and sincerely beg your pardon for the coughing. I really wish I wasn't doing that. Let's see here. How many blocks in from there is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yes, I have water, Ryan. I'm trying to sip it here and there, hoping that it'll help. I'm not sure if it is doing any good. But I'm going to keep sipping. Because I need to be drinking water anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In all honesty, I have a nasty feeling that not drinking enough water is part of why I've been having problems with my leg lately. Do I know that for a fact? No. Am I going to keep assuming that's the case until I'm proven otherwise? Duh. When the explanation is unclear, you go with the best explanation you got. Excuse me. Alright. So yeah, the plan at this point is we're passively farming the sheep for wool, not farming them for meat, so we only need 16. A minimum. Excuse me, of 16. 1 in each stall, 1 of every color. If worse comes to worse, don't you worry, I can try to do that, Ryan. Hey, Ellison, good to see ya. How you doing? You doing alright? I hope so. I hope you're doing good. Let me see here. A stack of mangrove. To facilitate an appearance akin to a barn. As I am calling this room the barn below. Might as well play into it, right? Right. Actually, chop that out. Chop it out of there, too. Then come back over here and chop it out of here. Oh, is he, Ellison? I'm sorry to hear that. I think we'll need a little bit of pale oak for this room, too. A bit of pale oak, a bit of mangrove. The combination ought to look good. It ought to look good, don't you think? What do you guys think? You think that'll look good? It's kind of the classic red and white of most barns that you see in cartoons and such. I'm gonna have to get some fences or maybe some glass of some kind to put in between the different cells of the wool farm. I say that because glass is a transparent block, and it won't break the dirt. It won't break the grass that's underneath it. It won't turn it to dirt. If I put anything else on top of there, it will. And I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. I don't know if putting a upside-down stair there would fix it or not. If it would, and I knew that for a fact, I would make use of that. But I don't know it for a fact, so I'm not going to try it. Does anybody know where I put my hoe? No hoe. I cracked myself up. I'll figure it out. I'll find it. It's got to be around here somewhere. I've got a guess. Got a hunch. Got a thought, more than anything. Not in there. Yep, that's where I thought it was. But I may not need it right now. What in the world? How did he get in here? How in the world did he get in here? I did not mean for him to get in here. Actually, maybe putting a top slab over the grass and those separation walls, maybe that'll work. I can only hope. I can only hope that it will work. If it does, great. If not, then we're going to end up with that. Which is not what I want. I do not want that. Do me a favor, little fella. Move out of the way. Whoops. Break that. Pop that in there in its place. Once again, I'm sitting here wishing that I could use bone meal on dirt that's adjacent to grass to help it spread. Because that would make this task a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. I would most definitely do that. If I were able to do it, I would do it. I do believe I would do that. Alright, so I didn't need to go get more mangrove right that second, but we are going to end up having to go get more mangrove at some point. But for right this moment, let's see if this is enough to finish that top part of the wall there. We're definitely going to need pale oak. I'll say that for certain. We're going to need pale oak. Actually, what am I doing? Why am I doing? That back block doesn't need to be anything special. That can just be cobblestone. Now this section does need to be 2 blocks deep of the same wood, because that's where we're going to have fair enough, Ryan, fair enough. want to make sure that if anybody's looking at the sheep, they can't see that cobblestone there, so... But, once again, I can save some of my wood by breaking these blocks, since they aren't going to be seen. Hey, where's my little LA friend? There he is. Hey, little fella. Go pick those up for me, will ya? Good boy. We'll let him go around and pick them all up. He'll pass them back to us, and then we'll put this in there. Then we'll go along here, placing in those bits. And I'd do the same there if we had enough blocks. Ooh, wait a second. Hey, little guy. Little guy, where'd you go? There you are. Hey, little guy. Got something for you to look for now. Take that. There you go. So if I end up having to break any of them, he'll pick them up. There we go. Now all we need is a stripe of pale oak along that upper part there. Oh yeah? Well, I mean, if you want to do that, Ryan. I'm also going to need some more iron for some of the redstone circuitry for the unloader of the wool collection cart. So who knows? I may have to do the iron farm. But if I don't have to do the iron farm tonight, I'm not going to make the iron farm tonight. But I am going to try to find where I can build it. I will do that for sure. Alright, so what we'll put in between us and the sheep is glass. And then again, we're going to need to make some observers. Because it's an observer facing the grass, pointed into a block, redstone dust on top, a dispenser right here facing the sheep, and then these two blocks just get filled in. And whenever the sheep eats the grass to replenish its wool, the dispenser will shear the sheep. That does, however, bring a thought to mind. I'm going to need to make some kind of mechanism that can trigger all the dispensers to shear the sheep in the event that we need to jumpstart the process. But I've got a solution for that too. I just thought of a solution for that. That should be fairly easy to set up. Actually, putting together the circuit is the only thing that's going to be hard. What I'm thinking is... Oh, I'm a couple of blocks too far over. A block too far to the left. What I'm thinking is we run a line of repeaters behind the sheep, connecting all of the connecting to the blocks that all the observers power into. Except, oh, that won't work. No, that wouldn't work, because then when the observer fires off, snap! It was almost a good idea. It was almost a solid idea. I almost had it figured. Dagnabbit. Because if there's a block here that the observer is powering, when the observer goes off, any thing pointing out of the block it's pointing into will transfer the signal down the line, triggering all the dispensers. But... Oh, really, Ryan? That's funny. I just thought of something. Dispensers using shears will only activate... They'll only take their ability from the shears if the shears get used. If the sheep doesn't have any wool to shear, the shears won't do a thing. So it would still work. Theoretically, anyway. The mechanism would activate all the dispensers, and then whenever an observer further up the line triggers, those further down the line will all trigger in reaction, but they won't do anything with the shears. The question becomes, will it travel as an instantaneous signal? I honestly do not know. This is an area of uncertainty for me. That's not a very good feeling, being unsure of something like this. Let me put away some of these building materials for a bit. Nope, give me those back. Alright, where is little guy? Little guy, come here. I'm taking that back and giving you back the birch sapling, little dude. Don't need you collecting those mangrove slabs anymore. Maybe there is an irony in the title of the session. A hard task, and it's actually not so hard, because we're dealing with wool. Yeah, that was a bad joke. I apologize for the bad joke. The opportunity arose, and I simply had to take it. Where is my cactus? I know I purchased a cactus at some point. Didn't I? Or did I just assume that I had, and I didn't bother double checking? Oh, nope, there it is. I was a little worried for a second there. I was a little bit worried for a second there that I had messed up and skipped buying a cactus when I actually needed it. There we go. Little guy is outside now. Whew! Okay, I seriously think that they got louder. The bees. I feel like their buzzing got louder. So that the angry buzzing and the normal buzzing sound a bit more alike. It's an unsettling sound. Now, what did I come out here for? Mangrove wood. That's what I came out here for. I need to put some mangrove wood in the build. I also want to try to make the observers and such that we need for the system, so that we can make everything we are able to make right now. So the sad thing is, I think we need actual stone for the task, so need to... I have a solution for that. Coal. And then spread it. Eventually, we'll set up a super smelter system somewhere in the house. We may dedicate an entire room to it, for that matter. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, pop that in there. Now, the task at hand is making enough repeaters. As I thought, you need stone. Oof. Make sure you're able to take cover, Ryan. Alright? Make sure to take cover when you need to. Okay, I've got some gold, so I should be able to make powered rails. I may not actually need to make a farm yet for iron. I might be hurting for the sake of redstone dust, though. I haven't exactly found much of that recently. Why do I have steak in there? I do not know. I know I've got it in here, though. Alright, so stone is processing. What else can I go ahead and make? Ah, the observers! We need more cobble. Pretty sure it's cobble we need more of. Yes, it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 of them bad boys. And then a dispenser, we have to add a bow to the recipe. A bow. I just realized I've been destroying bows at the what is the word? The double dungeon. This whole time. I could have held on to those. I should have held on to those. Oh, geez, Ryan, I am sorry to hear that, my man. I'm very sorry to hear that. My gosh. I need to clear my head for just a second. Hang on. Do I disenchant these? I don't know what to do. See, the other part of the reason why we need the iron farm as soon as possible is we need it to trade with the one guy, the armorer back in the village where we've been doing our trading. I am really getting stuck on this mess. Let's go put in this pale oak stripe. While we're doing that, I can think, or try to think. Alrighty. Sounds good, Ryan. Yeah, that kind of works. It's not quite what I was hoping for, but it works. How did he get in here again? How did you do that, little guy? You must be a quick little stinker to be able to pull that off. Alright, where are those observers? Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Observers are in place. So I'm waiting on the stone to make the repeaters. And the plan is that that signal will go all the way around from somewhere over there. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically, we need a minimum 16 repeaters, and then probably 1 or 2 more to carry the signal where we need it to go. It's probably going to get triggered by, like, a button, so that the signal is brief. But it'll jumpstart all the shearing and ensure that the dispensers do their job. So that'll get us 16, but I need a little more than that. Let's make a solid 20 repeaters, just to be safe. $20 repeaters to ensure that we have all of them ready to go. Thinking on it, maybe I should have sent the... Yeah, I just realized I should turn this the other way around. And if you're wondering why, because I'm already going to have the minecart rail coming from one direction. I need this to come from another direction. Actually... Okay, that's a little too far over, apparently. Alright, so... Let me see. Trying to make this work. Oh, okay. Not putting light there. Put light over here. Oh. So this is where the wall is. This is where I'm going to try to run the wire through. There it is. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here we want to put that. Get out of the way, little buddy. I am on a roll here. Alright, put that back. Can't get out of here now. That's okay. Not that way, anyway. Going to... I'm going to knock this block out for the moment. So basically, we put a button here. Thinking... different wood type that stands out. I've got the perfect one right here with me. Yep, that's what I thought. The signal's going to resonate rapidly down the line after an observer triggers the dispenser. It'll cause a chain reaction down the line. But you know what? I'm fine with that, because it still works the way it's intended. Some grass must have spread on some dirt. So this system will work the way it's intended. The only things left to do are to get dispensers made, put them in, install some wood behind this spot here, right at this spot, and then, oh, maybe I need to get, yeah, I think I need to get a little bit more mangrove than I realized. Because I don't want exposed stone visible through the glass that helps me watch the sheep. Because if at any point it looks like the system is not firing properly, like the sheep aren't actually getting sheared, that button is a good way to reset the system, telling the machine to shear all the sheep in one go. Do that again. Okay, so it does turn them on for a couple of seconds. Good. That ensures the system gets a proper reset, makes sure that everything is working how it's supposed to before we move on. Yeah, I'm gonna need mangrove logs like crazy. Alright, so we're gonna have to go up top side, and I'm gonna have to start chopping up mangrove trees. Lovely! Mangrove is probably the most irritating wood type to have to farm. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go refresh my water. I'm back. Got enough water to work. Oh my Goombas! Whoo, baby! Great galloping Goombas! That didn't damage anything else, did it? Just the wolf? Okay. Good. I mean, it scared the whole lot out of me, but... Didn't seem to damage anything other than hurting my wolves a little bit. Or at least a couple of them. Whew. Whee! Take an extra stack of logs, the one I've got the most of right now, with me, so I can trade with the Fletchers for a few extra emeralds. But I'm thinking it might be a good idea to get mending on some of my gear that doesn't have mending yet, because some of it's taking a hefty hit from all the work we've been doing lately. But before we can go anywhere, I do need to worry about the mangrove situation. I need more mangrove wood. And I'm not about to go looking for a mangrove swamp to get it. Let's see. Give you the mangrove propagules. Pull out a stack of... well, near stack of scaffolding. Let's start climbing these trees. Well, actually, I don't think I really need the scaffolding, because some of these trees have already grown their vines long enough that I can climb up. That's the one that's collecting propagules. Here's the one that's supposed to be collecting logs. We'll give him mangrove logs to pick up for us. This little guy seems to have lost his rider. Huh. Poor little fella. Well, I mean, he lost his tradesman, is what I meant to say. Here we go. You got anything worth a darn besides invisibility potion? Just cactus. Just stinking cactus. Be gone! So we seriously only got 24 mangrove logs out of that? Seems like being cheated. It does. It feels like we're being cheated. Alright, let's get rid of the stuff that I don't need. Hold on to the sticks because I can trade those. Alright. Anything that I don't need to take with me, I'm going to put back in here. Lapis, redstone dust, nether quartz. The rest I'm going to hold on to. Oh, except for redstone repeaters. Those can also get put away. Can't head for the village yet. I want to go over to the village and get stuff from there, do some trading real quick, but problem is I can't go until the sun isn't about to set. Hello, Golden Slime! Golden Slime, welcome, welcome, welcome! Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day or night. And I hope you enjoy the session, and the stream, and the channel. Come on, game. Let me sleep. There we go. Because I'm playing on hard mode, and when I was starting out, I knew that if I didn't have a lot of company to help me fight off mobs, the mobs were going to kill me. So I've got a wolfpack army going on. They're darn useful that way. How many mangrove propagules have I got? 14. Okay, that's cool. I only chopped down a couple of trees. That's good. That's good. Let's put those away so I don't misplace them. Give you a house tour? Sure, I'll give you a house tour. Just please understand the house is in progress. So, welcome to the House of Jgardo1. This is my Hobbit Hole. Inside, we enter the foyer. Or as I used to say the word, foyer. Got some storage going on here at the moment. Eventually it's going to get cleaned up and furnished with some imagination furniture. Down the stairway, we come to a hall that is meant to be the entrance of the mines. I intend for this to become a vertical mine shaft system. Water elevators will provide access up and down. But for now, it's just there for looks, I guess. But this hall is intended to eventually have two big storage rooms that these openings will provide access to. I might pump it up and do 4 storage rooms if I can, but we'll see. We'll see. Back up from the mines, we go through this staircase hall. We come to the entry hall, with a room whose purpose I have yet to decide. And off of both of those is the outer north hallway, which connects by mini hallway, same as the foyer does, to what is to become the living room. Oh, I wholeheartedly intend to do so, Golden. I truly do. Hello, Cassie! Good to see you, Cassie. How you doing? Doing good? I hope so. Off of the living room with its brick fireplace, we have a delightful little library, which I intend to eventually provide seating in, where I can sit down, take a peek outside, and look out towards the sea, and just see what there is to see out there. What in the world is... Oh no, Cassie. Slime? I'm thinking of doing mods like the Macaw series, the Create mod, Better Combat, a few things like that. Going south from the living room, we come into the kitchen, inspired heavily by the original Hobbit Hole from The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, which is, of course, connected to the inner north hallway, and the dining room. I've tried the Ice and Fire mod. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the creatures and stuff. I will admit, however, that some of the mechanics of it all kind of throw me for a loop. Especially with some of the stuff that I had active at the time. I may just have had a bad combination of mods. But I don't know. The table, seated 14, is made out of deep red mangrove wood, and comes equipped with a crafting table for anybody interested. In here we have the central hub, the atrium, as I refer to it. This is the heart point of most of the house. This is probably where I will be passing through a lot, because back here in the pantry, which is still under construction, we have 2 rooms of great importance. The under garden, where I have all my crops, berries, beans, and everything in between, all growing in great big little plots. Now that's an oxymoron, isn't it? Or whatever it's called. Great big little plots. Big little. That is really weird. I think I overdid it with that word. But we got all 4 crop types. We've got melons and pumpkins. We've got sugarcane. We've got a spot for sweet berries, but we haven't found any yet, so still waiting to be able to plant those. And of course we have... Oh wow, I messed up with this one. We've also got glowberries, but I'm just now noticing that I messed up in prepping the space for them. This was supposed to come over 1 block further. Huh. Well, I'll fix that a little later. I'll also have to do a harvest in here at some point really soon. We've already done one, and between what we brought down here to do the farming initially and what we've farmed since, this is our current output. Pretty good, if you ask me. And then in here is our current project, the barn below. The idea is it's an underground barn, so it's below the surface. We're going to put a fence in the middle to section off. One side will be pigs, one side will be cows, and we'll farm them both for all the meat we will ever need. While at the 2 red walls, the 2 barn walls as I call them, we will be farming 16 colors of wool from sheep. Why do you play Bedrock more than Java? Because Bedrock is where I got my start from, Slime Boy. Bedrock was the version of the game that I first started with. I intended to get whatever version could do mods and all different cool mod stuff, but Bedrock Edition was the first version I played, and I loved it. Played it first on, I want to say here on my PlayStation 4, and then played it on mobile. I got access to it on mobile, loved playing that with a controller, and eventually I found out I could stream from my PlayStation 4. So now I do streams of Bedrock Edition from my PlayStation 4. But do not get me wrong, I love Java Edition too. Especially modded Java. Hey, welcome back, Ryan! Good to have you back, my friend. Good to have you back. Oh, and out here is my camp. This is where I got started. Why haven't these grown yet? Do I need to move them? I don't know if I need to or not, but I'm gonna. Boop, boop, beep, boop. There we go. Alrighty, Golden. Hey, you have a good night, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Hope we see you again sometime. When you're not in a rush to head for bed, that is. Alright, so what was I doing? I was getting mangrove wood because I need some more mangrove planks to fill in some gaps in the barn walls, back in the barn below. So let's head for the barn. We'll put in these mangrove planks, and then we will head out to the village nearby. I need to come up with a name for that village, since I'm kind of keeping it intact. What should I call it? I could call it Talor. For some reason, that kind of comes to mind. Nah, it doesn't quite fit. Oh man, you make sure you're safe and secure, Ryan. Make sure you are very firmly in shelter, alright? We do not want anything happening to you, my friend. We do not want anything happening to you at all. We want you to be able to be safe. Safe, secure, and comfortable. Alright, so with that piece taken care of... Wait a minute. I'm going to go put these mangrove bits in the barrel where I put my other construction materials. There we go. Yep, put that stuff in there for now. Now, let's head over to the village. And we'll see what we can do about... Alright, Ryan. As long as you're sure that you're safe. That's good enough for me. Now we can head over to the village and see what we can get of goodies from the villagers. I'm hoping we might be able to trade with the armorer to the point that he'll give us some diamond armor, but I'm not gonna count on that. Especially not considering we don't have an unlimited supply of iron, which is what I originally intended to work on this session, but then tweaking the wool farm to working potential kinda distracted me. Not a bad thing, though. The sooner that thing is done, the sooner we can get all the wool colors and start sorting them. Eventually, I want to make it so that we've got a chest for all the colors of wool. A chest for each color. To explain what I was saying. Either that or one chest, one big double chest that can hold them all. But I doubt that that's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. We may do that, though. We may just have one double chest that we just keep filling. And that's a good one, Ryan. That's a good one. I gotta remember that. That was smooth, dude. That was smooth. I like that. That was lovely. It was delightful. Alright. That's the Mason. There's the Fletchers. I want to trade a little bit with one of these guys. Alright, and now... You, sir, are gonna give me all the emeralds you can. And then you, sir, are gonna take the rest of the sticks that I have to sell to you. Now, what did I unlock to buy from you guys? You offer a crossbow. You offer an enchanted bow. And it's a garbage enchanted bow at that. Lovely. This is the man I want to work with. The Armorer. Now. Aha! Boots! He'll sell boots and a chest plate. Shoot! It's not what I wanted to get from him. But, I'll take the boots. You know what? Boots are not a bad thing to have a trade for, because I actually need another pair of boots to enchant with feather falling. So this works out pretty good. Shields, on the other hand, I did not need this many of. That part kind of annoys me. Which one of these guys should I trade these away to? Not you, because your price has gone up. How about you? Yep. Trade him to you. Trade some coal to you. Right, that's your axe. You're the one that gives the axe trade. And a toolsmith that apparently doesn't know how to get into his own shop. Yeah, you sell the same axe for maybe an emerald more, right? Yep. What a bunch of irritating cheapskates. Ah! I get you, Ryan. I get you. Oh, we have a nitwit running loose. I should really help this guy to take a permanent vacation from life. Yeah, I said that. I was dark. I apologize. But nitwits are a pain in the neck. They don't do anything good for us. They just run around and take up the village beds. So eventually we're gonna have to get rid of that guy. Uh-oh, rain's back. Duck and cover. I wanted to get some mending off of the one guy, off of the librarian. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that now. Hang on. Need to trade with one of these Fletchers. There we go. That gives me enough emeralds for 2 mending books from the librarian. The Mending Man. Do you know the Mending Man? The Mending Man, the Mending Man. Do you know the Mending Man? He lives on Villager Lane. Yes. I'll take those. Glass. Nope. And I'm not taking lanterns right now. I'm thinking books may be the way to get emeralds from a librarian at this point, now that we've got that trade unlocked. Because, stopping to think about it, the crafting recipe for a book is 3 paper, which is 3 sugarcane, and a piece of leather. That guy is offering an emerald for 4 books. That's 12 sugarcane and 4 leather. That's actually cheap compared to the amount of paper he wants for a single emerald when it's just paper. Because when it's just paper, he wants 24 by default. That's a lot of paper. What are annoying as heck, Ryan? What's annoying as heck? Trying to make sure I follow a conversation here, because we are kind of having a conversation. Pardon me. Ah, you were talking about the villagers. Yeah, villagers are a pain in the neck. They're a pain in the neck, but we need them. Because unfortunately, you can only get mending reliably from a librarian villager. The stinker. I think that's part of why I like this one mod on Java Edition that makes so that you can upgrade your enchanting table to what's called the Enchanting Infuser. And with the Infuser, you can go in, if you've got the levels, and you can just pick whatever enchantments you want to put that are applicable to the tool you've brought with you. It's a bit cheap, but I can't deny it is a really cool little feature. That's right, this isn't my fortune pick. This is the backup pick. Eventually, the backup pick is going to have to get mending too, I think. I am going to go disenchant these new boots that we just picked up. Because the boots we have really good enchantments. I don't want to risk losing those. But we're going to go to the library. We're going to disenchant the new pair of boots. And we're going to see what we get on these boots. So, pop them in there. Disenchant. What will you offer me? That's exactly what I need. Feather falling. Although I would like to get Depth Strider as well. But we'll worry about Depth Strider another time. Feather falling is no joke. That is the most important enchantment for me. Because I'm constantly falling off of stuff. I'm constantly falling down. Old Jagard is falling down, falling down, falling down. Old Jagard is falling down. Oh, my buddy. Welcome, NX. I'm afraid I'm not sure what you are saying there. I need messages to be in English in order to understand them. I don't know any other languages, my friend. But to you, I bid you a most fond welcome to the channel. A family-friendly channel is Guardian Studios, where we welcome anybody and everybody to hang out with us and have a good time. Jagger keeps on falling down, falling down, falling down. Let's all laugh at him falling down. Oh, my buddies. Yeah, I know that's not how the tune goes. That's why I was singing. Kind of funny. The tune just suddenly popped into my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so fitting. Let's go ahead and do it. Alright. Yes, I've crafted a diamond helmet. I want to go ahead and enchant one. And if we get a good enchantment on it, I can combine it with the other one that we already have to get protection 4 on it. Hopefully. Because this trimmed one we got from the whatchamacallit, the trial chamber has got protection 4 on it. So one way or another, we're going to get protection 4. Oh, these are all garbage. That's okay. It's just one level that we've lost so far. I can gain it back pretty easily. I mean, we do have the double dungeon. Prot 4. Prot 4 and Unbreaking 4. Okay. So the trimmed one is now pointless. It's pointless to hold on to the trimmed one. Let's, oh, I can't wait! I can't disenchant it? Are you serious right now? What just happened? Why is it treating this like it's got a trim on it? Why can't I untrim it? Why can't I disenchant it? I don't understand. That is weird. Okay, so if I put it in the top slot, it won't work. But if I put it in the bottom slot, it will work? What kind of garbage is that? Whoa. That was weird. And now I don't have enough XP for another level. Alright, well, we've got a Prot 4 helmet now. I'm going to stick it in here for the time being, along with the mending I intend for it. Give me my mending pick, will you? Alright. I'm thinking that this might have to be where I call the session to a close. I don't want to have to do that, but... Actually, hold on. What did I give mending to so far? My helmet, my golden helmet, and my boots. I should go ahead and put mending on my chest plate, because that's probably the most important armor piece to have intact besides my helmet and boots. So where did I just put that mending book? I put it in here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. So, take the chest plate off. Pop it in there. Pop this in there. There we go. Our chest plate now has mending, as well as Prot 4 and Unbreaking 3. which are the only enchantments it can have that I care about. And now it is raining in Minecraft. Lovely. Alright, what else is lovely is I've got to take some items from my little allay friends and leave them behind here. So, you can give me that. No, 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 no. Give me that back. Give me that back. And you, give me that. You get on the lead. You tie these two off right here. We'll drop these bits in there. Put these leads in here for now. And now we can head for the double dungeon. Yeah, rain! Really? Is that right, Ryan? Wow! Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. What a coincidence. What a coinky-dink. That's crazy. But in a cool way. I like that. I like that we have discovered this. Oh yeah, when we were able to get it, I definitely need to get Depth Strider on my boots because I want to move faster than this through the water. It is annoying me that I am this slow in the water. Because this is slow. Where's my boat? There's my boat. You can't tell me how fast I was going was slow for swimming in the water. Huh. Wow. That's pretty cool. Imagine how crazy a coincidence it would be if we had started at the same time. That would have been nuts. But in a cool kind of way. It's still kind of nuts, in a cool kind of way. Alright. Geronimo! Splish! Oh, so when I'm sitting here, the zombie spawner doesn't activate. That's neat. That's kind of cool to know. Oh, whoops. Don't let it activate until you've actually got the trident in there, J-Guard. Alright. Okay, so while I sit here waiting for this stuff to get going, I'll do some AFK time between sessions, grinding out some levels, getting my pickaxe and my axe repaired. But for the time being, everybody, I'm gonna have to say thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the About page for links to other pages with more content and ways to support the channel. Share the channel with your friends who think they might enjoy it too. And of course, do not forget to smack that notification bell. There we go. So that you don't miss the next stream or video. With that all being said, thank you again for watching. I'm JGuard01, your guide, bard, and humble host into the world's virtual and fantastical. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye! And I just realized I need to actually turn this darn thing on. There we go. There we go. Why wasn't that working? Okay, let me get this. That was awkward. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Bye!